CDK Stone. Today we're joined with Bec from Nectaar Design Studio, Creative Director. Thank you for having us, Bec.
Thanks for being here. I'm excited to show you through my home.
I can't wait to see it. Now, before you take us through, can you tell us a little bit more about Nectaar Design Studio? When did it start? How did it start?
So Nectaar is my interior design company. We are a small team and we tackle lots of residential and commercial projects all over, but mainly in Victoria.
Yep.
And pretty much after George and I finished the block, I really wanted to get my qualifications and, have a career change and found my passion. And then pretty much Nectaar was born as soon as I was qualified. I opened the business and here we are. It's been doing really well ever since.
Fantastic. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this project? What makes this so different from the others that you've done in the past?
Well, this is the dream home, Nathan. I know that sounds really cliche, but George and I always had the dream of living in Williamstown. We were looking for the perfect block of land or home to renovate or build for a good 12 months, and we purchased this property. I fell in love with it. I did a bit of a site analysis and thought, oh my God, this is actually going to work because we could build boundary to boundary, which means we could grab the full width of the property, and it had really good north-facing light on the side orientations.
Wow, so undertaking a knockdown and rebuild, did you find that quite daunting?
We've always done new builds. We've done a lot of townhouse developments in the past. To be honest, Nathan, we were looking for a renovation. So Williamstown's full of really beautiful old heritage homes, and we were trying to find something that we could potentially do a old style renovation at the front and restore, and then do, a beautiful big modern build at the back and extension. And they were just going for so much money. And when you really factor in the cost of what that's going to cost to buy and then the cost of the renovation, we actually, when this came up, thought to ourselves, it's going to not necessarily be cheaper, but just the same, and we can actually build it exactly how we want it. So it all worked out in the end and we got exactly what we wanted.
Wow, and from my understanding, the stone selection was one of the first materials to be selected for the project. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I got some samples for you, and I think the kitchen stone was the first one that I was like, that's it, that's exactly what I want. And then from there, I started to really build the palette for the house. I pulled out the green putty tones in the stone and that muted grey, and started to build from there. So the intent was always going to be that it was a really relaxed, neutral palette, and I was going to pack a punch with all the stone choices to really bring it to life. I remember coming in to see you in the warehouse and you were like, I've got some stuff to show you, and I fell in love with the slab as soon as I saw it. And then you had a few other surprises up your sleeve that you thought could work, and yeah, that was really the base of the materials that I selected and where I really brought the whole thing to life.
So you've used Arabescato Vagli here extensively through the kitchen, butlers. You've used another very striking stone in the living room, Cote. Tell us a little bit more about how you got those two to work hand in hand, because they're both wow standout pieces.
To be honest, when I came through the warehouse and you showed me that slab, I was just blown away. I thought it was stunning, but it worked really well with this because, again, I was layering off the colours. So it's got white and grey tones in that one. I wanted something a little bit out there for the lounge area and the playroom, and then I wanted to carry that into the powder room because I wanted that to be a little bit stand out. I just loved the piece. When I saw the slab, I thought, oh my God, it's unique. You were going home with it. Yeah, it was mine in my eyes. I was like, that's exactly what it needs to be. And again, it was always going to be the standout piece that I then paired back from. So everything else is quite muted in that area, and that is the focus.
Fantastic. Now, Bec, can you tell us a little bit more about the stone selection in the bathrooms as well?
So the bathrooms were a real standout for me. I love designing them. They were my favourite spaces to design, probably bar the kitchen. I wanted it to really feel like you're at a resort in there. I wanted it to feel like a real escape. And I had the travertine tiles, the mosaics, so they were kind of in those areas the standout piece. So I needed something to kind of work in with that. And the vanities are the first thing that you see when you walk into the bathroom space. So I designed it with an undermount sink, but I wanted the stone to, again, be that minimalist, understated feature. So I did a nice 200 ml chunk there. So you walk in and it feels bold and in your face, but it also looks really, subdued and, pretty as well. And I just wanted something different in the makeup area. I wanted to create a glam station for me. So I wanted to have like a really clear disconnect in where the stones went from start to finish. So we've got that gorgeous double vanity that George and I use for our everyday, brushing our teeth and getting ready. But I wanted a separate area for hair and makeup. And then I got that gorgeous bold pink stone that for me was just like, it needed to be glamorous, it needed to be out there, it needed to be a showcase. And it's such a beautiful area to get ready in, and everyone that walks in, especially my girlfriends, like, I just love that stone. And because it's not too much of it too, it's not in your face.
Fantastic. Now, Bec, this will be a little bit hard for you to answer, but what's your favourite space in the home?
I think the kitchen is probably my favourite space. It took me a long time to design and get right, but I love being in it. I think I designed it to how I use it, so I really enjoy the space. This is really this showcase of the home under this void with all the natural light. It's just a really nice space to be in. It's
definitely serene and it's got such a great sense of home. We can't thank you enough for having us. Thank you so much, Bec. We've really enjoyed it.
Thanks for coming. Finally, we're here.
We're here. Thank you.